Hello and good evening. You're watching the Golden Bee Revolution coming to you on iAfrica every Thursday 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I am your host, Alaji Chernosware. Ko ayala nyamina dorong hani kabila mba team kiuna kachaka wolong to minimize domestic violence la do bafla ninko to end domestic violence la wala no is not measurable la. But actually nsa keno kamul kumanda niya si na kacha kula miya lonko nsa sembenno ka kafunyo kan na kalondo kafunyo kan anin kamul nyinin ka bantala kalong mba fitino kala no nyadilale anin ka Cairo sabatindi Gambia kono la bari Gambia mo lon fenna fo ka Cairo sabatindi drom konna flako ya fanya mina dorong na white sort of from the beginning na sort of the ending na ka mole wolong so monda Cairo la ni wala Cairo la. There are so many ways to address domestic violence. We have others, they will use spoken words, some will use a poem, some will use writing articles for domestic violence and also to stabilize peace. Lo bangko kan aning ananyong dolong wala na bila alialo nyamina drong na mo floso ren feja na miyanko kafutan kan kakacha kula miyalong ko India West la coming iba itlibela silo tabaka nyadi la puruka bangko sa manyato la ka Cairo dunda kun anin ka fitino bay bo bakeno nyadi la le fokable fon bula drong ye fon fale drong kon ka ka nyaw nyamina drong but janim baduna drong ka silo de wolong matentro in jero say na to the Gambia government la for signing the information law minkata a victory to the media personnel law that we will be having access to information and ka finding freely and fairly mi anan ko mutasala ka kuma findinde mi anan ka basemben to nyakana wata bila ngavara mbakontana bakala ka diamu kabirin janna ko janne so mala kalon ko nyumunya gagnel tila nyumunya victory tila pour ka information findinde bare ni nafa ka harabari mo sorong. What is more painful than a prisoner is deny access to information. Iman chance jira pro ko okay ba woka na bila alhamdulillah is something mi anko biba min commemorate kan biba min celebrate kan biba min tendo kan kaja come like yes our work is recognized and our work ba push lale bring carton for koina la kadum karawa karala ka wurundi kabre min mi yambolonto la kata sanduku bolonna kata ay helakunda hilla and every part of the Gambia kalon ko information is free. We will feed you with informations la mi anko it's only based on authentic la clean informations and clear informations la dawda wrong altara soro dem do fana manke iAfrica TV show la and bi la Golden Bee Revolution with that la wrong kana dia mo sende wrong kana ke jaloti la bari na tabako la soro fi jantola. Welcome to the Golden Bee Revolution.
Thank you so very much. Since the day you raise your hand on her, I call you not a man but a woman bita kon yow sama goor bul faral di toroxal sa jigen ndax moy sa weruway. Good evening, beautiful viewers. My name is Rohiatou Sane and commonly called Gallo Gambia. Golden Bee Revolution, thank you so very much for the invitation.
It's a pleasure. Welcome to the Golden Bee Revolution. Yet again, I call it, because from the day one we've been with you and it's never an easy task.
I know.
Thank you so much for coming to the Golden Bee Revolution.
Thank you.
Ina rek namara kalo nasoto min kata mbadintila mbable ye fon to fajela barena lam falang ila do ko kan alonta Gambia kono la alonta Gambia bantala. Welcome to the Golden Bee Revolution.
Alhamdulillah baraka bake alay soare mbe konton do fele ta fambala anin iAfrica TV do kulalu anin management anin gamen kolbe anin melbe njibe kam bi programme alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wato wata altentu lam lenga ko ngania alena nato timmanye sa altentu abo da do kono wala mansa kunda ni banku di wala nyomoy e comme ya fa nyame lek mo kono yo kunu ngani ci waso ka fa mansa kunda e loi sign e ga fa loi me no access to information ni kuma ta baki wala mo ngi pour membe ci mansa kunda kono membe ci banko kono pour mansa kunda di banku dul ka kacha ka ta di membe ci e ba ga la nyim fa muslim fa ya dol de membe kamo sewet na Gambia ntel bela hammo mo wolti ntel bela do ko mo wolti nte kunno to mo Yahya Silla ba jama ka fa ya pachal mbota jara sulukum mbesirin koto west na do ko menti kufula na do ko no professional wala mtaka morial ki o morial ko non katama fa sanji mo ni fembe tamola o tamo ko Allah de malo kan men jani ngam mem mo nga do men kan alfal bulu kuma sa sayen ka sa fe kitabolti yo sa fa na do ko fulan wala mo auto sa fe la Allah man tabe ko nga kitabo men sa fe sa in sanji wala tambela kitabo wala si yo fay do nyum bunda men be kacala bi how to minimize domestic violence kula melon kon diamu tala ne book follow me ngasa fe wala Marriage Society chapter 4 ndiamu tangi na bag tama do ngale wato dinna nyin kata kono mbe bunda do mal nga mem fo kono balen si bado tendo don si jayi be wato men takan kan jibe ji ko mo mo din jati ma kan sina do kata kono insha
Allah abaraka bake Mr. Amir Silla do wafle Amir Yahya Silla amu masakete la akumo sa hera bake la bare ni yajibe dunia kono la karam folo lon tan min wolon safero a foto qur'ano kono la nimmil mantara islamol karola ol fana dinol karo ya tandi ko aw safarine bare ni ba bible folo bila jondi baptiste na la nyongol la ya semben to minala wolon a safeta la lonta jani kafta bible la injil mil folo fota ning aman safi atalonna woto ka lo safero kanna kamol karani ni safero fendo mi yalan ka nyantale bare ko long drong ndata jama fono jere bare tela do ko mi la safero long an ibaka kanne njigita jannim programme banna ba fenjama karana kono la ko e ka silo mi user la ka safa ko yamin fon dam tan min kata nyintila atakala moyo kumpatela sa kon tan min bela ko now long you are a great author you are about to have a book launch and member kan ni sibiti lungola mi yalon ko kala fenet la mi yalon ko astano gambe tare ko kono wati janna janni mo ba ko boyndila be congratulate wala e kata mot la mi yalon ko sa fo kan and then funnily la fa sa fo dol fon comme like imam pass through English language at school and do ba ko mi anka manta mi English karam la après ça ça
ay ci ñen ba o ci mo jakal no
ha wo mo fenata mi yalon ko aba fenkela ba la fela isa da mandem fo woto la ka mol karam tandi wala wakata no nyaadi
inshallah alhamdulillah rabbil alamin ye men fo la demo ko no ko masdula lolu ka fo nya amelia silla yo o amelia so tanyamen abe kuma la pour ka dum nim fo mo leje nga ka fo so ka fo kam fo meye ahlu al karama al karama ni nimme mal nyaton ko lumme wala ka amiloti kada nga ka fo nyillo ndile ka tala nyaton ka foloti wala ne yo title dinna amelia silla ba comment title nyin amelia sa half title full title wala amirul mu'minina wala full title ngi ba comme mol ka fa don amelia nimme yaaji na letol jibe sa nga letol ki offshore tan dulalto jama ka gile amelia sa comme ka fa amelia so tawol nyama okay flan nyama be dedinda seferol kunyala alhamdulillah rabbil alamin jolo ka fa ngi ne ala bulu alam sorlati yo nya ko do sen tel nga karam benje wala mo karanta do karam en karanta mama mala bulu wala munte baba o baba ka fa al haji ke basilla ke ba jara sudukun wala mbulo safe wala kulu wala karanti fem fen ning ayata selen kitabo le nga kala wala bulu ata phone si o sangi tanin kondo si o tembolon kuma staka angale kam karang aka safa nyaad la naka fo nyaadile but it was non formal amanje ko ka fintala karam mol yo asunta katol la don ka kata anin alfali kulu nyaadi mal mil kento okay nga na kato ka fama fo alen de mata mo kono nga kawmo yi ka safe no wala dun nga kitabu safe ya fa nyama simo jakal no ni ko ni manda kala mo da kitabu safe no bal kuku ni nya kata kenya shoto jele ndi kabin din kitabu ko jata nya baki parce que nya fanta kitabu le kono yo buru wa hammo men na wulta na ke ba nga kato ka fu je maji alen ni dindinna sa kon nda manda kala mo sa kon ni menda kala mo to dum ni akata ita se fenke no me sa nda tati abol nyama yemem fan fol jamo kono wala mun na bokulon ken ninga le mabe sama jumo sibito membaga sama jumo sibito wala mo sininde sibito on the 28 August mbe bukul ngi kale no OIC conference center ba jima ka fo jenne no sa dala kala ba jawla international conference center mbe bukul ngi kale jaw commence 4 o'clock la ro fo jenne 6 la ro inshallah ba ni jibil la lo mba bunya sinde mes douanier momo sima be no jenge invite inshallah pour kanam support
akumara ba kala ka wo lo njeta la bari bi la do sa sidin ka fo ndamanta karam bungotola wala do sa sidin asoto jamala fo men kata arab karam bungotola jamaay bi je ke fo mo to koma bakela atara la karam man nan dron dan ko na angale karam wala na français karam bari na moydel mi yalon ko min kata ko min ya selatel ay karam ke kata karanta la silola afla biya safro kata uraytam basirin so ko yamira ko iman karam wala yamira ko ya karam min karam adwata le dukar womiro bonti je wakili yete city demande min be wule finti mol kan be satandi no la ya kata ku kala kaaje ko isa fensen men do min kono duniya kono le isa fem bambandino akane ane sa karando kenano bari karawna tan min na wolon yamil long ya adi dola ka muta atakelano dukare kana pisal isalan ko sakeno coming to you to the topic properly we've invited so many CSOs here. We invited the police department, we invited the crime unit, which is still under the police department, drug law enforcement, all talking about one issue, that is domestic violence. In your opinion, do you think there is a rise of domestic violence in the Gambia?
Yeah, Sware, thank you so very much for that question. I strongly believe that there is a continuous rise in domestic violence, continuous, because every day there is violence that's happening, more especially now when we say domestic violence within our own homes, within our own localities, within our own societies. Perhaps it might be physical, it might be sexual, it might be psychological, but domestic violence continue rising within our society every single day. I know that.
Wow. The second aspect of the question to this will be, how do you think we could minimize some of these domestic violences? It relates to if you have any experience to any of these violences, or you've known a victim to this.
Yeah, we have seen so many individuals who are going through this trauma, who are going through this pain.
Wow.
And then we can minimize it not only by talking, because there are certain things you talk. The individuals that you are advocating to knows it more than you do.
Absolutely.
But then the problem is we don't want to take it to ourselves. We don't want to start it from us. We don't want to, make a change on those issues.
Okay.
Because even your children, there are some parents who think they are nurturing their children, but then they are violating them.
They're torturing them.
Yes, there is nurture and there is violate.
Oh.
Sometimes you want to nurture somebody, but you're torturing the individual either mentally or physically.
Yeah.
But then in doing so, we have to take the responsibility upon ourselves and try to differentiate between nurture and torture. If we don't do that, then obviously every single day these kind of things will happen. Because only talking won't solve the problem. Like, we can go outside there to the the activists who are doing a lot of issues, a lot of talking and a lot of actions. We have to continue doing it. But notwithstanding, within our own homes, like parents, I believe they are the first people that can remedy this domestic violence issue. Because if you start with yourself, even your kids, they do it. For instance, okay, perhaps let's say, Alaji loves his first child than the other one. You saw it. It's obvious that you have a favorite as a parent. But then you should not show it to that extent that your other child will feel jealous of the other person. If that happened, even they're doing something a little, then they yahante. And if that
Jealousy
happens,
will come.
they have those grudges in their hearts. Bu boba da ngay laal sa morom sax mu wax la leneen wala mu door la feneen, and then you're violating each other. But then it started from somewhere. That is from the parents. So parents are one of the key roles as far as minimizing domestic violence is concerned. And by doing so, we have to take it within ourselves or upon ourselves, so as we can see a society free of domestic violence at least.
Well, being a very, very vocal lady and an iron lady, I would call it, wherever there is a call up, you are there. I even heard of your poem about the November 11 issues, which is one of the most talked about event that happened here that must have been addressing to human brutality in the country here, other than the 1981 failed coup that staged. There is what you call a political campaign that is coming soon. December 4th is everyone's cry. Every Gambian is talking about the December 4th. And of recent, you've seen women participation in the politics, especially taken to the giant stage where they're debating, and then it was peaceful. Being a woman and a married one, I will call it. Thank you. I'm very, very okay to rectify myself with this. How would you influence your fellow women to take a leading role into this political arena without being a victim to violations?
Exactly. I keep saying this. I said the political system in the Gambia needs a total revolution. And in doing so, today I can say 95% of the voice that have been heard are women. When we speak, nation listen. When we speak, individuals are inspired. And in doing so, or taking responsibility to be part of this kind of issues, I believe it would be very necessary to do it in a very civilized way. Nowadays, we term ourselves to be civilized, but deep in our hearts, we are not. You go on social media, you see insults, you go outside, and now instead of rectifying issues, now you want to use violence to change things. I keep saying this, violence cannot change violence. We can inspire each other, more especially as young women. I've met different individuals, I've interacted with different individuals, but at the end, you will realize their confession that you have really inspired me, Galo, your words changed me, you this, you did. Because I remember there is this camp that we recently came from, called Leadership and Public Speaking. Our coordinator is Babu Isar. That camp, we went with 77 young people. Most of them could not even stand to introduce themselves in the beginning. But then as time goes on, we keep recruiting them, giving them small quotes that you will come and like, I am bigger than my challenges. So you come and just give a little about those things. You can, see that at the end of the camp, most of them start confessing how it changed.
I remember my first days, I was like, I don't even know where to start. I was just looking around. I would be like, can I really introduce myself?
Exactly.
I was having that phobia in me that, look, I cannot do it. I cannot speak in public. But thanks to you that you've been organizing this, and about 70 people have benefited from this.
77, yeah.
77. Imagine 77 directly benefited. That means you must have other people that will benefit indirectly, and this could go up to like 100. That is a very kudos to your movement in that, and I will say a very big thank you to your boss.
Sure.
I will shift to you, Mr. Silla. Writing is so beautiful that
Indeed.
everything gets its roots from writing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't stand here today and celebrate that there is a free media without the pen doing what it's supposed to do.
Sure.
With your pen, how would you influence that person who is watching today, who is thinking of going into a fight? Mi yalan ka ba singa ba jibe kan hakilo ko le biya prelen puru kata ku jawo ke. With the name of your pen, ibanyim mari la hakilo fende no nyadle ka tandala ko ibanyim findo min ke kan kata minna atu jelo.
Very good.
Bare biya asiata dol be la musol la pila kula mi an ka manjarala dol be dingol la pila kula mi an ka manjarala dol fon sa taka boy mo kan kula mi yalan ka bolotela bari sambo ja kan lafta ya tandi peno sambo sa inkelo banno nyaade
Allah. Alhamdulillah, nyimbunda kumata back because nya kolosi domestic violence. Ntela discussion always in katla into two categories.
okay
Level 1 and level 2.
wow
Level 1 wala menka kinna cordal kon.
okay
Level 2 menka ko ben regional to wala na bangko kam. Okay, let's start with level 1.
okay I'll be very
Okay,
pleased.
yes, inshallah. Ko nya kolosi ko ben nga discussion.
Mati yala ke don kalaman trembo bu mo sa no no
Exactly. So ko ben nga discussion na bugo ko nyamen.
okay
Level 1 wala mo no menka kinna cordal kon. Masalan kamala nin dinno wuluta kamanno.
okay
Ya tole kai Muhammad, wanda ya tole kai Ibrahima, wanda ya tole kai Yahaya, wanda kai Fatima, wanda kai Zainabu, wanda kai Aishatu yimbe to kendo lati. Anno kula ka na moka motola.
wow
Igen da jibel muna mu Muhammadu daji koti iyo ga dinno to kabla dinne ma. Okay? Fulan jango ni Yahaya la mu inda jibel muna mu annabillah Yahaya daji koti fa jalta ya tola. Yo daji ko ga dinno ngento. Parce que femfen e ko ni keba ja keba bokku. Always femfe mo da ke ba dula ke no kabla dindi mala ay adopt bal même problème woti mo le ka dingul tola to balla le to nyim malu ba kany kulu wo tol ni wo daji kolla. That's number 1. Okay, number 2 al fal men fam fam jaado ko dinul kulu wol dolbi je dinno nyala e ka mo nen ndil sangaro anyaka di kabla dindi ma wolle kam mo lipa anyala anyaka da dindi ma wolle kam mo kaja fi anyala anyaka da dindi ma nin dinno ta fa ke ba do sifa ko obviously ba mi ko men ka foko this is all right to do, is okay to do. So ngene ka domestic violence sabu so ndama dima because dinno ka copy ke ba lebal. So therefore do nga dinno kulunya falin nga kada nga improve nke tola mol men na nyi mo jiko lela e ba so ko domestic violence back abatal ba ka banno because every society domestic violence. Okay, nya ko losi Europe domestic violence ne ko sabu anin jenta is different. Europe for example sa fo comme alcohol abuse. Masalan kamala nin ciota da banta adulo min nasira nana ta sal dimbal abuse. Wala masalan kamal nim musola mu the same thing. Wala ninga malika sila ma. But the legend domestic violence nyaji be no mean about culture. Okay, mon kaje ko ka fo ko dinde mu mang kumolong dindo ni ma yelo ta ya busa ba kay moy
dindo na famu indika bude ka anin ka ki
yo exactly. So this is a cultural issue fonga mol kumon kunje ka je ko ni ko ke dindo la ke bala fan bol kala. So you know because a kuluta violence la kono anya fan to kono a melo in the kala afan bol kala obviously. So wala number 1. Okay, number 2 nya ko ko men na banko fon domestic violence ko men nya ko gambe jani banko jima ka hana ma gambe. Okay, crime in general abi kafkan. Parce que no democracy is not the perfect system. Sure. Democracy have many laps. Because comme jama no member democracy wala mu ni sobta ka fo mo kurunti ba madama man ku ke boka acte ka ku ya la follow. So ma mo kurun fanke walta has advantage ta kuru yake. So ngene ka kuru ya sendi banko kan. Hale na gambe jibe bingina send. In the past 4 years or 5 years, kabin ko new founded democracy. Mo jam do ko ben ka fa has long as malluwa tinya hanin be luwatinya selo kan manjala insi kuku kenol o no bawant. So o kusi fa pulka solve no kufu la masakunda bo sambanna. O kufu la wala community policing. Maslan kamala police on uniform ka yayan sa de ko wato wat. Nya ko no Angleterre. Kabin Tony Bila masakunda ta 1997. Wala kana la first priority mo Angleterre domestic violence asiata back. It was over the roof. But I'm going to introduce community policing. Police on uniform de kasi bias school kan e ka tame si la ka tadne mo mo nyaka jino aka kunu bayle e ka fole deterrence. That's number 1. Okay, friend no jamol mo sembo so fol ba wala ko men ka camera ka silol kan ni be do hasili TV. Okay, e be do pu dawo da jamani shate balu every 14 people one camera. every 14 people in camera. But you may also afford not. But the legend technology TJ, assemble TJ, or Colal. But some memory color, shoot yellow color, camera to Mansakunda, Nimaral Lali. Ela Bakari, when Ella Binta, Naja, Dajuko Kumasi, Mensi Kailon in Tonkum, Tia Bangokang, Yakanalakan, yet a yard demands of Yak Clemensakunda, Muta, Lua Tamandaka. Nimansakunda be more Muta, I cannot say Mota Mandaka, Lua Fim for Kuya, Yota and American, Ningalan de domestic violent. But come and Nimko Abbott Astala Babono. Okay, but the several for you. Memun kang wajiboti walang ka sample di molla masalan kamala domestic violence kaya kala alaman tatenne okay kuluwo ning hormone bunya kaya kala alaman tatenne ndengina most of the time na several ko nimbe character lu akati jama million ko people with the best behavior.
Wow, the most influential
yes come influence. If you want to be successful, if you want to be achieve your goals, you want to be a productive member of society, you must behave very well.
Wow.
There's a reward for this.
Indeed.
So every time when I spoke about my character, if you read my books, you will see these are people with the best manners, with the good characters. People who are not into violence and people who don't promote violence.
Wow.
Okay, so for the civil life, I'm going to do it. If I can say, if I'm going to do it, Melika film on dada. O film dada la sa wala ben ko mo bale pejo bale ka film multi mo ken do ngenta mala ya dile mo ken do nama to nyama mum benefit la bije ni naka modo influence because nyangi be mo jama bije ka kulu ya do bije no kata online all this bad behavior. This could be YouTube, it could be Facebook, it could be
access
all other things.
Exactly. Access to the phone call.
Exactly. So ngene problem so nya ko no Africa fo jato le no fon ngi latinya ba fon ngi musul ngi cewlu nya ko no film ko to bita je baka because nka bandla banko na film wol mel sama na banko kan nka wel import so film wol mel ke play e ka comme nya ka mo je ka to kido fayla e be yo bourse la be yo lipala so ni dino jeba do kon obviously abame comme ka no this is normal way of living. So this is one of the problem but the safat la fa no ninga wo sifal counter ngani comme ka fo ko nyimanya jawya o ka fensi moma instead manya kendo wala ka kusi moma ninga len dema to mando medical lama ni medical lead e bo awda ji ko talle saje na society beter to manda te banno la ba no kuliya ka banno dunya ko feleng ba ka tala inshallah
to nyana ka wo nyata ba kala min ka Dr. Amir Tila ndo Dr. la fala ji dina ko Dr. Amir la min ka da modi la ka tan ko kasi so kono la camera ko ima angale karonke wotata na ko ban kafo banku do ko kanna anin kasi so kono la ima angale karonke yamira fo itra fenkelo no mimba kala safaro karote la mobe influence to le mobe daylo so le mobe fensoro mi ya lon kale so wala ibol na nyaade la wolo pc fon qu'est-ce folo ya long elo kawo mentila yelo la long yana ale ba ben taman la jero bare haytam ba jimi wala yes Kenya so so mo yama no min kan ay kujaw bula a nyak ni jimi na wakala fenta mi ka bana fala nin ko jimi wala du kare fulol kan soso da ja han ko ma fo keta belo min den ko jira ma dron mi o kana dron bala fakata a very quick break la mi alon ko mba fnyandon kala man da dron na nan dron na sakata la fada man da dron han ka min ka ko wolon domestic violence la dron itam basirin kan jibe du kare kana jamfa bidaka very fast break la don nan dron zakata to la ba.
Star GSM has new arrivals of home appliances with 2 years warranty and a promotion on 2-way gas cooker, gas or electric at a cost of $10,000, which used to be $17,000, and a deeper freezer $10,000, which used to be $15,000. Stand fans rechargeable and at least for 8 hours. Different stand freezers, deep freezers from 140 to 400 liters. Blenders, original flat screens from 32 inches to 65 inches. At Star GSM, their appliances are original, durable, modern and energy saving. Star GSM also have sports shoes, Timberland and Scandals. Original perfumes from India, Churai and Andy Churai from Dubai. Star GSM offer its customers 25% discount on all smartphones, simple phones and HD receivers for national security forces, police, paramilitary, immigration, armed forces, customs, navy, etc. They also have maize powder, Dugula, at $900 per bag, or $100 per kilo. Roast now and visit Star GSM at Westfield, opposite OJ Junction, Talending Market, Tabokoto Traffic Light, or call 700-2494. Star GSM Electronics.
The locations, the design, the materials used, all the way down to the latest details, are few of many things that we focused on when we envisioned the airport residency. As proud innovators of community estates, the airport residency in Old Yundum, a project by Swami India International, offers unique gated community with 3 and 4 bedroom villas and duplexes. Just 5 minutes away from the Banjul International Airport. Luxury, convenience, and accessibility are some of the reasons you should consider this great housing opportunity. With a clubhouse, a playground, access roads, and parking facilities available for your dream home or a valuable investment, you will find all you need at Airport Residency here in Old Yundum.
Welcome back. I hope Alia was short breaking enjoy le. Coming ala nyamia doing is a Golden Bee Revolution episode 5th la mami soto kan ay Africa jantola akilunda mambo loka wada maro na minkata domestic violence le and ning ala ke this will be the second to last episode la mami soto kan on this area. Then next week la nyanda kam soto mi yalan ko from the government officials la to talk to us about domestic violence la and their stance to this la. Kala Hakilo Bandon, today with me I have Rohi Sane, Gallo the poet, and also Rohi Gallo the Gambia, and Nasana Marakalola Minkata Amir, Dr. Amir Yahya Silatila, Saferla la Mialon ko Akasaferoke, ka kuol diam milwa sunding Hadmanunga Yantola, and in Dunyala Cairo Bunda Balon de Yadle, and in Kujama Masudar Injela, Milava Jamalong ala Kuota Dron, Nakata Satudela, Namta OIC conference call la Mialon ko Bukla Chimaka Kanjela, Gambia Nafad Lalong, Gambia Bunda Bala Mialon ko Yandaka Karonka Jetta, or Edinburgh Sirin Kanjibe, is a opportunity like an Felon Jetala. Ekanina Falong always I African on Latla Mian Comba Chunkang. Golden Bee Revolution Kanjela and in a program sort of Mianko Altamin Nomano Jetra. Wakana Drong, Mulaflaka continue Drong Minkata domestic violence topic Lamba Minkajakang. To you or Mrs. Rahisane, I will call it I am sure you must have a poem that must address a violence. I would love if you do, you flow on one with that, then I have a following corrections to that.
On violence, okay, I love this other
This
poem
will be a surprise one to you.
about let my motherland be liberated. That is, let the Gambia be liberated, and it goes like this. See, yes, Bagai was born and brought up in a country where I had people calling it as the Gambia. I mean the smiling coast of West Africa, the Gambia, a land of loyalty, honesty, but see today, the loyalty, honesty of my beloved country has been overcome by the power of corruption, manipulation, and injustice. Oh, let my motherland be liberated. Katung Gambia mumbele talite ula abudo muchila esukewe nyun nyepa koboku kon nenyu fexe bandi hulo fight wala sah dirayante. Why nenyu dimbalante luko moy musiba dina dal suñu kaw te bu boba dina fi sax ba faw kon jàmm sax dina ñu daw. So let peace reign in our beloved motherland. For sometimes I feel like walking with no shoe, being in a house with no roof, eating food with no taste, just to see my motherland be liberated. Then and only then, the talents of the youth shall never be underrated. The corrupt system shall be eradicated. Justice shall be implemented. Facilities shall be operated. Employment shall be created. And above all, my Gambia shall be liberated.
Wow. I only hope one day you will call the Revelation Day. The African Liberation Day has been celebrated, but I think the Gambia also deserve to celebrate the Gambia Liberation Day.
Indeed.
This is a word I'm saying, and I'm not regretting to say this word because we've gone through so many things, and we think it is high time it has to end.
Sure.
The Gambian youth must be liberated.
Indeed.
I hope one day we will celebrate this. NYC must take note of this. We want to celebrate the Gambia Youth Day because Gambian youth are denied with so many things that we think we could push this country forward. The Gambian youths are doing it, but then this is how it always ends. I hope the liberation will change. It will stand.
Indeed.
Youth Liberation Day will come. We will hashtag that and it will go. Mr. Amirullah, niyajibe bitulola. Mbedun kam politiko la kono la. Mbala fana da mandin diamu jeto la sako min narakana nan politiko la fitino la. Niyame domestic violence la. Nta fanni da mandina miya ko asa fitino from school kono la kana bantala. Bitulo la politiko e bakirim fakali nyoku yande. Bitulo la politiko do la futuwa bang. Bitulo la politiko do la teria kundu. Manam fesa fenso no wotala ron proka ko kacha.
Back. Na buku fulanya how to build the Gambia. Ndia mutangi ndaje back. Na banko mbe kala na munala na kolmel tambira kunu.
Okay.
Nga miste kolmel ke politiko la karola, ado la karola, badi la karola, pudun kano repeat. Ndia mutola back. Okay. Abe wol kono ne banko jibe banko ning ata a develop tade. Abanko period sotle ka fu period me ye dark period. So ntel alhamdulillah nga ala tentu. Ntel la banko la history na man dark period soto. Wato me safo comme nin kum banko moli kele moli nyofa dalla kante e comme kele sifal me kala wanda nyolu sara ya la bilia alentel dema ba del mo soto
Alhamdulillah.
Gambia fit no mem kala janka bi nga independent ta wala 1981 o man tamit til sabala o til sabo ko mo jama fala tonya ba ka ba to mamon ko kele mol ka slang jisma ka bonga nyim fanan jigita ko be kala because nga example men set 2016 to 2017 is one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
Kabiling man sakunda be jansa nyim mo nyim fula mol be ka ay falling mol be nyim me ka fa man sakunda be falna be kal kelolt but Gambian rise above everything.
Yeah.
You know, we use maturity in our politics nga kale fay it was so decisive election kada man sakunda do bul man sakunda do nat ko be ngamoy honorable Halifa Sallah nyamen ako hantu babul ambassador be yame ko kelo be kal ba kelo manki in the end nga mo use ne Gambian philosophy Gambia lem kelinti Gambia lem badinti o talanga mul halis ka Gambia kankeling o talanga mulu back to that whole philosophy nim mul to kan don kan mo bakal sa me mulu kan nyadi le alanga mulu na alpha folol jamano ni misunderstand na so hadi ko ne ka ba nyadi le alanga mulu ngam fa ngene ka wala monti e ba tala alpha la jamoni me ka ban jama ka fo le badin bung alanga mulu badin bung nim mulu badin bung na ko dal ko nganda dimbal kacandi ngatan dile ko man sakunda kay may man sakunda kana la kata bal Gambe bu kana bukata that's number 1 mo do no hadma do men bijang ina de jenya be fal ba je ba ro menki abat lo janna be fola and do do tanya la kila nyin kuma ta baki nimbe kuku kan ngani lon ka foko na legacy nimbo de mo be men sen kana na ken ma wal be fal na ken ma tanol wal be fal and do ni ba do ba la fal ke jang be mi ngi men tare ya la kila wal shate men ke jang o don kala ngi na ko men ka foko politiko be bandale bar Gambe be tulale ngale na ka foko ite membe o politiko ko ite be bandale bayre baro be tulale dunya jang abtula la kila yo wala ku folot ku fulan ya alfal mel be nyaatu be mel noma nda bu ka jenye kila party member ko ma di militancy politics is always about violence ni ba fa jamaji be kam wole so and so party militants these are very wrong vibes. Don't call your party members militants. Okay, let's call our members. Never Europe. You can follow members of Labour Party, members of Conservative, members of Liberal Democratic Party. Never America the same thing. You can follow members of Democrats, members of Republicans, but they never call them militants.
That is something new.
Exactly. So militants is always about violence. So parce que how much that behavior it followed language. When the power of dictionary, Oxford English Dictionary, Sangilo Sandilu ka falling. Kumon Melalonko is platitude. Kumon Melalonko can use, but they don't have any proper meaning anymore. Called body again. Because I think of counting from will push it into violence. So politics don't call bedalla. You cannot follow the militants. Let's call them members. Members meaning people who are well behaved, people who can contribute into policy, people who can contribute into national development, people who can come together and achieve more. When I'm feeling out, nyatong ko mel beno. Pati open nyatong ko bala, dia mula mo yatan dila, kafo ko male violence la. Saban jango, ntel mod bundon kol sing hakilo to baki na bon kola tare ko kono kabin gambe independent ani sa entemo kate fa na bina ni tala mod bundon ko la duani no la ni fala diya malola e ka fala na kaylo mende alma jo ke kada wol ba nyako no sa en potte ko dum kam mod bun ko la do jawata baki parce que ku fala la ka jawa ni kate fa dum ta ni ko do dum mod bun ko killing mod bundon ko mu dine nga dum kolleti dine nga dum ko ni mod dum ta nyola wala ngeen ta neutral na kamul bo nyola sa ni defal ko ko dum so auto responsibility bal bije nyande example set la na alfa fala ni men kunun tan kun ka tanaje ban ko mamma la manya la sabu o dal nga bile sim fa yalla noma nga kada mod bun don ko kana bula politiko kono fa ki dan tambote parce que no kata ne alman de matinal kakel ando nya ko ban ko mel la lodna de modun don ko dum politiko kono jama bi je si modu ma sa foye kada be kanyel asa pir dikti jama bi je no wanna kanye e si la fol wala comme mel be no ma la même wala si push ka fit no kilet ni kamal fate même pil dikti oske so ñefit no bu la demande so gambe da karna wala to lo ni ale ndema nga duwa ko fi ani sada fo men be fo gas keslamati ay da wala fit no kanaki badum ba kan na nyamen nga continue nyama ka fo kamul ka wande suwol ko ko nga fa nyamen level 1 and level 2 level 1 wal mun talbe la dimbalu ke ya maji ka tandila ni ni kuma fo podde ko na man betia ni ni ci amam betia ni kira ta man betia ni mboto nga findi sa defa no nga tande mo ni ale ndema to do message so inshallah
okay, no problem abaka bake Dr. Silama Karola to you Gallo I want you to speak to the Minister of Women Affairs directly. It hurts to be a victim to most of these crimes that is happening in the country here. I want you to talk to her directly. She will hear you well. She will hear. She is going to be a very good listener to this. We will make sure this goes viral. Talk to her, woman to woman. Talk to her some of the violences you are facing in the country here that they should consider.
Exactly. You know, honestly, it hurts. It's really hard to be that woman who is a victim of most of the issues happening in our country. Sometimes you're even scared to take part on certain issues because da ngay ragal ne bo gene est-ce que dina ñibsi bu ma gene est-ce que suma téléphone bi duñ ko jël bu ma gene ni ak ni bu ma ñibsé kër mba dina am jàmm. To the men at home, to the families, to the parents, to those outsiders who pretend to be taxi drivers, who pretend to be this, who pretend to be that, when they really want to hurt your feelings as a woman. Not the feeling of love, but what you want to do. Not the feeling of love, but the passion that you have for something. When men try to ruin that for you, then meaning your dreams are dead, your dreams are gone. But to you, that woman, and I know you're willing to listen to our pains, perhaps you might not go through certain pains, but then you can feel it for us. Sympathize with us, value us, at least know that we are in existence. Come out sometimes and voice out certain issues, because sometimes it's very hard to see the Minister of Women's Affairs coming out to voice out certain pains that women are feeling. If you don't give us the money, but you come to us and show us that you really feel what we are going through, I believe even that alone can be a comfort zone to us where we can sit and listen to those words of meditation that you said. But if you don't do that, you are my mother, you are my auntie, you are somebody's sister, you are somebody's whatsoever, but then feel our pain. Know that we are suffering. And I know this for certain, as I told you outside, that there will be a time in Africa, 95% of the presidents will be women. 95% of the people holding vibrant position in this continent or in this world will be women. But if today we are violated, if today we are not listened to, if today we are not heard, if today we are not valued, then obviously our dreams will be dead. So to you, the woman of, to the Minister of Women's Affairs, value us. Hear our pains and come to our aid. With that, we will have women free from violence.
Wow. I hope the message is very, very clear. But then I want you to remind the general public about November 11 to know that we're going into election. They must not entertain violence.
Okay, so do you want me to read the piece?
Well, I don't know. You have a choice. But then I will be a dictator here. Let me just be a dictator. I want you to read a piece about November 11. This will serve as a clear message to people to understand that December 4th shouldn't be a year of violence, but then a year to make a choice, a good choice, a decision to make the Gambia the best country in the world.
Okay, fine. If my host said I should read the
I'm
November
addicted
11 poem, then there is no way I will have to do it. You know, I wrote this poem because of the pain and inspiration I got from different individuals who shared their own issues. But then one can agree and one can disagree, but this is my own feeling on what I saw and then write. And the November 11 poem goes like this. November 11th, 1994, the battle time. The time that junta's innocent souls were tortured, butchered to death. Oh, November 11. Kiki, you want to make me cry?
I just wanted to do it. You can just stop it.
For people said, Alama suturo mela dunia kono. But honey amanke si falti. Katun, the tears of the innocent souls are crying for justice. Then let's justify and verify the magnified teacher's act that tampers with the wrong side of justice. The execution of human souls, the padlock that locks our souls are indelibly written in the golden pages of our histories. And that's the reality of the stories. For we run out of emergency, we tackle our mon with urgency, we trade with other lassie. Then let's stop the killing. Let's kindle and heal our wounds, so as our dreams could be translated into realities. See, fellow Gambians, let's drop the baton of hypocrisy and pick up the mantle of speaking the truth. Parce que reka tunit mom, reka tunit rekladon. So let's know the meaning of a hero before giving the title to a mother. For witnesses appeared before the TRRC. Taking an oath of speaking the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, cause even the Bible said, tell the truth and it shall set you free. But you can all bear me witness that sometimes the truth is never said, the whole truth is never revealed, and nothing about the truth has been made clear by some perpetrators. And do you know why? See, I tell you why. Because they think that hiding the truth about their inhumanitarian actions will save them from the hands of justice, not knowing that it will put them into the room of injustice. Because it is time for justice to be implemented. It is time for reconciliation to be our motto. It is time for peace to reign in the hearts of the Gambians. Mane watu bijotna kujola kone, watu irinding manding kolko, watu sitale bandrabe pulbewi, watu yoni abukumanjako nja uleraban. And above all, it is time for our national flag to reach the sky. So it is time for peace.
We're going for peace. December 4th, we're going for peace. Wherever you are, the Gambia is going to stand for peace. Did that mafda kam program bandlatola mala flaka bladron yela kumakan labon fo molia na program close no.
Alhamdulillah. Oh, be tan to ke jay na badi woni be program to batten to nga jay yalla ko kumata baki. Ko ngin dinna ngi sifa ni dinno kan yalla mo ngi dinno falino le ke mo kendol. Kon alma yalla moy alma ke mo kendol. Election ko be yaf nyamen akumata baki nga sen na demol kono. Ka tan ngi na ko is only a process. Pour que manza kunda maslan kamala no nen sanjil lo sita le kate fay même bi je na left on we continue na left do fane na no it has to be in peace. Gambia example kele fa banta ngana so no example tinya ngani fonna how to build the Gambia nga repeating nga example kala ka building 2016 December 2nd kate fa kata manza kunda falinda kairo kono aduda nyawnya impasse it was 42 days mo membo tabango kan almost 70,000 people mo nyame fitno be kala fitna manke so we have already passed the exam nyim fana duda nyawo nyabe kala diamolti ndel dal tangin nale democracy mu diamo damalti ni be to wona banko kan radio to newspaper bala television to dawoda mo be diamol to kutel ndam different sorti ndel jang africa jang jama niamo comme freedom of expression mol ka abuse le mo nyame comme ka fo kamol nen kamol kadafi kamol danka wala no freedom of expression nyaji bi la alanna to wala banko ka sunda munala o tembo to wala banko kan church ani man sa kundal wolle ko mo be control mo diam ina dina ngi lol passé ka de fem fen ni lon dala moti isi se fero kedo la ila londe fo ni mo ya tala akani man sa kunda de ma wala church so freedom of expression man ken ko men ka fambe nyol ne nga nyok kadef ba nyimbe do ko bal ben sa fet lal bulu nga kata nga mol ku ne de ni ko freedom of expression mu ne modi nga fasal moli anim fana ni access to information bil be ya pas ko nyandele no journalist solo ndel sa fet lalu nga ko to fu mu ne famu nyinti amon ke ngi ko nga ko minister of private affairs and family affairs ni lafta lo na nda folen amon ke no president ko mo duma la bun kono ni lafta lo na nda folen access to information, it is all about man sakunda ka operate nyadile okay so do ko bale be mbul ba ko ma jama be jaman tan na kawola abatu wonda kawola ntel safel lalu ntel mel ka mo fo ntel ba fasal la mo ni ko nyemuna ma kototi ni mo ya fahamtu mo ni alen dema finno tlal nak mo la wala mo nginti ntel la independent school lokun ala miso jimo sibito dimaso nim fo ninke men kabe ka fo ninke mo ni cleansi londo le minna genin ka janjang nka jamu ni issue about election ali ka peacefully I want peacefully parce que momo ye kukuke a beta am beta e be konti bolal comme ko men fo no fo man ni amal miskal zalatin kaylan aw sal yaraw ko alma de barol beke bara ni mati alma ale bara ni ma baro bulan ngane ko no mais même fo ne kal alma ala muta bongo alma ala sumia ka fa kaylola mbele to be beto alma ala timma kaylo kono ay afrika fa ngal tendu ngal jeey ka taymo na kana jang son sal nimbara na lunta men na benta jambi insha nimbara sa tentu ay nim beautiful point men fo jang abaraka ba inshallah.
So thank you so much. To you, Gallo, your last word for the audience.
Hey, my concluding words, not my last word.
Oh, okay,
so
your concluding words, you in there now.
Okay, just to tell you, thank you so very much for giving us this wonderful platform.
Yeah.
And I believe there is a lot of things that we can discuss, but time constraint, you know, and I know most of the people don't want to see the end of this.
Yeah.
But then notwithstanding, we are hoping for a lot of issues, a lot of things that we can disclose, things that people don't want to talk about it. Let's come out and say it. Come, then what Derek? This is our own country.
Yeah.
Let's take it upon ourselves as this is ours. If the Gambia fails, then it means the Gambian people fail. If the Gambian people fail, meaning the Gambia as a country failed. So let's take the responsibility upon ourselves and put a stop to a lot of issues happening. And not to forget to advocate for a peaceful election, because peace is what we stand for. And as young people, let's be involved in peaceful issues and not violent things. So Mr. KK, thank you so very much. And thanks to iAfrica as well.
I wouldn't be surprised hearing you call me Mr. KK, but we'll address this outside. Thank you so much for watching the Golden Bee Revolution. I hope you learned from this episode. More of these talks will come on our subsequent shows that will come. But then next week we will be having a close-up to this domestic violence project, and then we are moving to another one which is called the Peace Talk. Election is coming. We want to see the Gambia as we are always. Gambia na milon dron kanyos yaya long. Gambia na milon kanyos hana wiya kanyo yaya kanyo tulung kalongo mbebalo min ko lon ko kairo sabati dron. Weta badawa dala na kairo sabati ni somandal na kairo sabati ndi ularola. Wuro wakana dron but finde kan kata so kono la alma ale niosi next week Thursday la kalon ko Golden Bee Revolution no empowering with voice.